At every beginning of the year, I try to round up a list on the best garage door opener motors that we saw the year prior. And well, this year is not going to be any different, with one exception. This year's list was made by you. Let's party. Hey party people, we're just meeting for the first time. My name is Santiago from SOS Garage Door Service. And so in 2022, we really didn't see a lot of new garage door opener motors from the ProLine channel. That is, those ProLine motors that come with a one-piece rail assembly, those motors that pretty much you can only buy from a dealer contractor and you can get directly from manufacturers or distributors. Now there was one exception, and that was with Guardian when they introduced their 928 ProLine wall mount garage door opener motor. And I happen to have this motor in my possession. I do plan on doing a review of it, so if you're interested in that content, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell. Now, even though we didn't get a lot of new ProLine garage door opener motors, we did get a number of retail garage door opener motors from the Genie and Chamberlain brands. Now, Genie decided to rebrand their garage door opener motors for their Home Depot outlets, and they call these motors their Signature Series. Now, I'm not a big fan of these motors, specifically because aesthetically, I don't like the light covers and I don't like the buttons to program these motors. Aside from that, these motors will work, but they're not my favorite, and I would not recommend them if you're looking at a retail garage door opener motor from Genie. If you want one of those retail motors from Genie, consider the Lowe's version, the Costco version, or even the Amazon version. Now, Chamberlain introduced a number of new garage door opener motors, and these motors were designed to look very different than the ProLine motor from LiftMaster. In fact, they went with a front and back orientation, one single color, but they look all the same. They look like stormtroopers, if you ask me, and I'm not a huge fan of that design aesthetically. Still, in 2022, many of my customers had purchased this motor wanting me to install it for them, and that was the Chamberlain 4613T. Now, the Chamberlain B4613T is an okay motor. I didn't think it was their best motor. I thought the better motor was the Chamberlain B6753T, and this was the motor that basically had all the bells and whistles. It had an HD camera inside of it. I think for most bang for your buck, the 4613 was okay, but the B6753T was almost a flagship experience. And I think if you were wanting to save your pennies and not going with a ProLine motor, knowing that those ProLine motors can get a little pricey, this was the motor, the B4613, that was going to offer the most bang for your buck on the high-end level. Now, clearly these opinions about these garage door openers are based on my experience working with them. Yet, the list that we're going to share with you was actually made by you. And I had reached out through my YouTube channel, through my Facebook pages, through a number of other channels, and I had asked, what was the best garage door opener motor to you in 2022? And I was truly surprised with the responses because, party people, y'all are funny. For example, on my YouTube channel, I did a community poll for this following question: which garage door opener motor did the built-in HD camera better in 2022? Now, 86% of you said the 87504 was the better presentation. And check this out, 0 was given to the B6753T. So clearly, my opinions, my thoughts, what I think about that specific motor, it just, nobody had the same opinion. In fact, everyone thought it did not make a better presentation of an HD camera built in a garage door opener motor. But 14% of you did say that you don't trust cameras. Next up on our list is an additional question poll on my YouTube channel community tab, and it was, what was the best retail garage door opener motor of 2022? And notice we're talking about the retail motors now. And there was 5 specific motors that I had reviewed on this channel in this past year, and I put them on this poll, on this list. Surprisingly, the Craftsman CM-XEO CG982 belt drive garage door opener motor only got 6%. The Genie 7155 belt drive motor was at 26%, and that motor is pretty much like 2 years old, so I'm glad that it was still on this list. And again, the Chamberlain B6753T, only 17%, so I don't think a lot of people really liked that motor. But here's the kicker. The Chamberlain B4613T, well, that was at 46%. And there it goes again. It's just, you guys decided, you guys made this list. This was the motor that you felt had the best bang for your buck option in 2022. And then if you notice right there at the very end, the Genie 7055D, this is the Signature Series garage door opener motor. Well, that got a whopping 6%. Now, this is out of 35 votes. I'm grateful that those 35 people took the time to be able to answer this, but I'm surprised at the same time that B4613T got the winning spot. I didn't think that would have won. I would have thought that the Chamberlain B6753T would have won, but you guys proved me wrong. Now, this next poll I really enjoyed, specifically because I wanted to find out if in 2022 there was many homeowners, many customers, or perhaps even dealer contractors that decided to go, instead of with a conventional garage door opener motor, to go with a wall mount garage door opener motor. So the question, or the poll that I had put on my YouTube community tab was, did you upgrade to a wall mount garage door motor in 2022? If so, which of these wall mount garage door motors won your hard-earned dollars? And I was surprised to see that 17% said that it was the Genie 6170 that won in this poll. And that was compared to the LiftMaster 85W. I thought to ask on this poll as well, did someone go perhaps with a retail garage door opener motor? And about 5% went with that. I know that that specific question is kind of vague because I didn't differentiate between the RGO 70 and the Genie 6172, but YouTube didn't give me another option to put that on the list. And then I wanted to make sure that I added the option of basically, no one ended up going with a wall mount garage door opener motor. They ended up staying with what they have. And if you see in the image, basically it's these crazy hacks that people do sometimes just to get their conventional garage door opener motor to fit within a confined overhead space. And that took the win. That was at 63%. Now, I also have the privilege of being a part of a couple of Facebook groups. And these groups are specifically designed to help dealer contractors, technicians, and business owners within the garage door community. And what I specifically wanted to know, and I asked these two communities, was what were the garage door opener motors, that is the wall mount garage door openers, that were installed most. And the first group that I was with, I had asked them, which wall mount garage door opener motor did your company install most in 2022? And to my surprise, the LiftMaster 8500W at 65% won this poll. Now, that was out of 78 votes, but interestingly, it was a lot more on the dealer contractor side. The community within the garage door industry was more inclined with this garage door opener motor. That being said, business owners and companies that are out there within the garage door industry also have working relationships with these manufacturers. And it's quite possible that, working with these manufacturers, they are more inclined to work with a specific brand than another. But again, this is what you deemed as what was the most installed garage door opener motor out of 2022 from the dealer industry. In addition to that, I created another poll on one of these Facebook groups, but this group specifically is designed more for technicians. And so the question that I asked was, what wall mount garage door motor did you install most in 2022? But now, looking at the tech side, well, this is kind of more of those guys that do the daily grind. They're out there in the field. They know these motors way better than anyone else. And again, I was surprised to see that the LiftMaster 8500W won. Now, there was a little bit more participation on this poll. There was 143 votes on this specific poll. And Genie was, unfortunately, they were probably far behind with 23%. But I don't see that as a bad thing. I simply see this as an opportunity for Genie. Do their thing, hit the ground, do the grind, and just try and get a little bit more of that market share. Nevertheless, these polls were designed to share with all of you where we're at as a community, because that's one of the reasons why I make this channel, is to serve the communities, to answer specific questions, maybe even to connect companies with technicians and technicians even with customers, and have this peaceful ecosystem, if that's even possible in this time. But keeping in mind that what we're trying to do is we're just trying to serve a community. And so I was grateful for all those that participated on these polls. I want to thank you party people so much. You guys are amazing. You guys made this last year super awesome on this channel, and I'm grateful for you. I don't know what I would be without you. Now, I have done reviews on all of these garage door opener motors that we've talked about in this video. In fact, if you're interested in any one of them, there's also Amazon affiliate links below, and that's one way that you can support this channel. Now, choosing the right garage door opener motor is half the battle. In fact, it's important for you to understand what type of garage door you have, whether it's insulated or non-insulated. In fact, are you getting any benefit out of that insulated garage door? So let's keep this party going. Check out this video right here that talks about the R value of insulated garage doors. As always, I want to thank y'all for partying with me. Y'all stay safe.